Okie dokie. So as you can see, I got my things spread out. Gonna work on my scrapbook. Now, this scrapbook, as I've said in my community posts, it's just a sketchbook that I picked up on sale at Target using my Target gift card. Um, my other sketchbook, I'll show it to you really quick, that I also picked up at Target. The pages were coming off. I don't know if you can see that. They were pulling out of the book just because I was gluing these papers from my Dollar Tree paper pack to the pages. It was kind of forcing the pages out, so I started scotch taping it so the page wouldn't totally fall out, and I don't like how it looks. So I decided to do away with that. Then I will have to find another use for that scrapbook journal, unfortunately. And so I thought I'd buy just a sketchbook like this. That's just a ring style, so I don't have to worry about that being an issue. So yeah, like I said in my community post, I took some Temu papers similar to a collage I've done in the past, my first collage I've ever done, and just kind of cut them out and glued them down, and then glued a layer of Mod Podge on top of that, just to seal it. And now it's ready to go to add bits of die cuts that I made in my earlier Let's Make Some More Die Cuts video, and some magazine clippings from ads out of a 1960 National Geographic. And no super big theme here. You'll just kind of see the idea I had as I work. But yeah, let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is ink the edges of this as best I can with this brushed corduroy ink. I picked up some ink both to use with my stamps that I got in my Happy Mail package from my friend Terry. I also picked up a black ink pad, and I picked up these Tim Holtz ones. They were on sale at Joann's, 30% off. The regular ink pads were not. The Tim Holtz was on sale, the regular ink pads were not. But I had a 40% off coupon that I got a plain black ink pad, good pigment ink, I guess. So hopefully that'll work. And then I also picked up these ink blenders too, and they came with the little pads here. So let's see how this looks. I am a bit curious to try this brushed corduroy out. See if I can actually see anything on the edges. Yeah, a little bit on the edges. Ink the edges. I was going to go for the vintage photo. It was a little bit darker, but I decided I wanted a little bit lighter color shade of brown. Maybe at some point I'll get the vintage photo shade of brown from Tim Holtz. But I would love to get good, maybe even like archival ink, or permanent ink pads. I was just looking at all the gorgeous color ink pads that they had to go with all those awesome stamps that I have, because black just isn't going to be enough. I'm going to have to get more than black at some point. I know it. Not enough, but all in good time. All in good time with generous, awesome friends like Terry. And slowly, bit by bit, my stash is growing. I got some good practice cutting these out of the magazine. I'm getting more and more confident fussy cutting a little bit, even though this isn't anywhere near real fussy cutting. It was for me. I apologize for not showing that part of the process. I figured people wouldn't be super interested in seeing that tedium. But maybe you are, I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that sort of thing, just me cutting out images in magazines. So if not, I totally understand. Okie dokie. So that first one, I'm going to be using a glue stick. Yes, a glue stick. Disappearing purple. Why? Well, because it makes me feel like a kid again. And it's a lot faster and easier, and this is just magazine clippings. It's just a scrapbook, so I figured that's okay. Get the edges here. Was able to pick up, these were on sale at Target, 2 of these tubes of Elmer's Disappearing Purple School Kids glue stick, 2 of them for 50 cents on sale. They're having their back to school sale. So I snagged a bunch of these, and some of their Up and Up brand. They were on sale 2 for a quarter. And I figured I'd show you some scrapbooking. I posted on my community tab some examples of my scrapbooking in that scrapbooking journal I just showed you. But I kind of do the scrapbooking more for me. And I figured I'd show you this process, but I do it super informally, and that's why I use a glue stick. It's just easier, it's more convenient, and it seems to work fine. I don't necessarily need to Mod Podge my magazine clippings. Okay. There's that Northern Pacific lady. Smooth it down with my craft scraper. Yeah, I'm glad I inked the edge actually. Yeah, that kind of looks cool. I like the effect a bit. Where you can see it. I'm not sure if you can actually see it. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it, especially down there where I inked the edge with that brushed corduroy. I'm glad I got the brushed corduroy and not the vintage photo, I think. It actually reminds me, I was at a, I don't have it out, otherwise I might show you it, but I was at a work training for my new job earlier today. And we were at workstations, computer workstations, and I was drinking some coffee. They had some coffee there for us. And where am I going to put this? Where, oh, where? Down here. And there were some printouts, some color printout with the company logo on it, just explaining kind of like the itinerary of the day, and some help tips for logging on to the internet computer system, things like that. And I spilled coffee on it actually, and then after kind of cleaning it up, I spilled a few drops of coffee on the paper, and then after it dried, I'm like, that's really pretty. I'm like, oh, that's a way to distress paper. Some coffee, spill some coffee on it. So, yeah, it got my brain to thinking. Not that that's original by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just kind of funny how my brain has changed now that I've been paper crafting for a little bit. all of a sudden I'm seeing things differently. Coffee stains on the paper is all of a sudden a beautiful thing to me. Anybody else notice that when you started crafting, that you just kind of started seeing things a little more differently? I'm sure I am not alone in that. Okie dokie. Inking the edges. This gentleman who's purchasing a shiny piece of jewelry, circa April 1960. There. Got a little bit on his forehead. Seeing if this block here takes some of that ink off, but doesn't look like it's going to. That's okay. There's the glue stick. This cutting mat I got from the Dollar Tree some time ago, towards the very beginning of my paper crafting journey. So I'm going to use it as a gluing pad. I have some magazines that I was using, but I figured I'd use this thing, get some use out of it, because otherwise it's just collecting dust. I don't need it anymore, but I've got this gigantic Fiskars 2 by 3 foot cutting mat. Okay. Now the inking around the edges of this gentleman isn't as pronounced as the inking of the edges around her. And that's okay, because there just weren't as many white spots. Maybe I should have used black ink for him. Oh well. Oh, that cleans the glue stick right up. This eraser thingy. Yeah, that cleans it right up. Awesome. Okie dokie. Then next we have another lady, and she is going to go right down here in the lower corner, and she is going to get some ink. Some brushed corduroy, to be specific. Oops. Okay. I think that's gonna be good for her. A handy glue stick. I love using the glue stick. Disappearing purple glue. It's witchcraft, I tell you. Magic. There. And we got a bajillion. Well, maybe not a bajillion. And that's a scientific number, by the way. Look it up. It's in the dictionary, I swear. A bajillion of these glue sticks. So I'm not super concerned about overuse of it. In fact, I found underuse is more of the enemy with this stuff. There. Now, I've got some choices to make. I'm going to lay these borders on, these pretty die cuts I made a couple of days ago in one of my videos. I made this one, and then I decided instead of sticking with the same color I made this one during the video, and then I decided to make this one. Just to have it go over this lady here in the corner, and then I'll put this one up here. Why? I don't really know, but it just seems like the thing to do. So this I am going to take the Mod Podge and my foam tipped brush and brush some Mod Podge onto this intricate lace die cut. On my glue pad here. And one of my viewers suggested I do that, so thank you, viewer, who suggested I buy a silicone one from the Dollar Tree. The last time I was at the Dollar Tree, which was yesterday, I couldn't find any. Unless I was looking in the wrong section, a silicone mat in the crafting section, they didn't have any. So I just figured I'd use this cutting pad and call it good. And then flatten it down with this glue remover thingy. Sticky stuff remover. There. I will be back in just a moment. I gotta go grab a paper towel. But luckily I'm on a Bluetooth microphone so you folks can hear me as I'm going. I'm just grabbing a paper towel really quick. Normally I'm a little more prepared than that. Just wipe off the excess here. There. That way this next one won't stick as I'm putting it down to give it a layer of Mod Podge. Good old Mod Podge. It is a lot easier than holding it, I gotta admit. So many good tips that all of my awesome viewers, subscribers, viewers, um, give me. I try to remember as many as I can. So I do apologize if it's frustrating if I don't remember a tip and fail to implement it, but I do the best I can. And sometimes I just find a way of doing something that I think is good for me, I guess, too. Either figuring it out on my own or modifying it or what have you. I'm a little heavy on the Mod Podge there. That's okay. This scrapbook page, my first one in this sketchbook journal, is going to just have that much more character because of it. Yeah, that takes the excess Mod Podge right up. Oop. Need to let you dry before I start ripping chunks off of it because it is a bit wet. I really overdid it. That's okay. There. So that's it so far. You can kind of see it. And I've got some things left to do. This watch and die cut is going to go here. I think. There's a watch and heart. Yeah, watch and heart. Going to go up here. Yes, that is the plan. So first thing, ink the edges of the watch. Trying to get it to transfer. I don't want to oversaturate these ink pads. With ink, if I can help it. That'll do. Looks a little uneven. That's okay. I'm going to take the glue stick. Remember, Stephen, I'm talking to myself here. Sorry, folks. It's just a scrapbook entry. It does not have to be perfect. You do not have to be perfect, Stephen. Giving myself a little pep talk. Oh, it's a good thing I don't have to be even. Or even Steven. I don't have to be even Steven. I just put a bunch, actually, yeah, you know what? It is going to go on like that. Going to embrace the mistake I just made. That's peachy. There. The heart was supposed to be the other way around, and I put on the glue stick on the wrong side. But as it turns out, I'm just fine with it being on this side too. So that's okay. Oops. Sorry about that. Bump the camera, as I'm inclined to do, apparently. Okay. Now, going to ink the edges of this die cut, this lace die cut that I made a couple of days ago during my video. Oops. A little too liberal with the ink over there. Sorry, die cut. Okay. Flip it over. Give it a try and give it a light coat of Mod Podge. Up you go with the tweezers. Put you right about there. Next, this camera. These edges will also get some ink. All right. And the glue stick, of course, it being a magazine clipping. Also from the National Geographic, 1960 National Geographic magazine. Come on. Up we go. There. And that going to go like that. Okay. Next, traveler's checks. These are what people used when they traveled, apparently. Obviously, traveler's checks before they had credit, debit cards, and things like that. If you didn't want to use a personal check or cash, you bought what's called traveler's checks. These are from Bank of America. Bank of America, if you can see those. Hopefully that's coming in. And I thought that was neat. So these are going to go in as well. Ink the edges, of course. And yeah, most other international countries, I'm assuming, accepted them as currency exchange. Yeah, these are what people used when they went on vacation, so they wouldn't have to risk carrying cash on them as a tourist. Beyond that, I don't know anything about them. And I'm about 90% what I told you is accurate. So if you really want to know more about it, I suggest Googling it. Let the interwebs tell you better than me. I might be feeding you a bunch of misinformation. But even Steven said, no, don't do that. There. And where to put you? Down there. Glue stick, of course. There. Oop. Got that bit of glue stick there with this handy thing. There. And I'm going to take this heart die cut that I also made during that die cut video. Ink the edges. Gotta start recovering that. And then I'm just gonna use the glue stick on this. Let's really zhuzh it up. Holy moly. That's a lot of glue stick. Have fun cleaning that. And this one I did want to have this side up. Put that right there like that. Now, this butterfly, I am not going to ink the edges. Because it'll show up weird. It's a green butterfly. Brown edges, green butterfly, odd. Yeah, I could, no, black would totally clash. Oh well, yeah, it's fine. It's just not going to get any inked edges. What it is going to get is a coat of Mod Podge. Come on. There we go. That's going to go right there. Clean up a little bit of the excess glue there. Try not to damage the cardstock. Oh no. Looks like I have to add more glue. Jeez Louise. That layer of Mod Podge was a little too light. Let's try that again. Either that or that cardboard just under side of the cardstock just really soaked up the glue really quickly. Okay. That's a lot of glue. There. Well, if that doesn't stay stuck down, then I'm not sure what will. not going to be a whole lot going on in this scrapbook entry collage entry. I've only got a few more things to add. There. Clean up my glue. So, little heart, little petite heart. Get some ink around the edges. There. And glue stick. Oops. Sorry if you can hear the siren. It's a bit on the loud side. There. One petite distressed heart. And Tim Holtz. Ephemera backdrop. Heart die cut. And some distressed inked edges coming up here. And that gets some glue stick. Oops. Push that down. And then this little flower thing. I'll try and ink the edges. A little bit. Maybe I should have just used black and just gone like that with all of these items to ink the edges, but I like the distressed brown colorway for some reason. So that's what I opted for. Oops, sorry. Okay. And you are the last ones. Okay. Whoa, big old chunk of glue stick there. Come on, tweezers. Pick it up. There. Get the edges a little better. There we go. It's a little liberal with the glue stick. And that's okay. Some of the paint rubbed off as well. You even see what I'm doing over here? Yes, you can. Good. Sorry, it's not centered in frame. I just didn't want to shove all this stuff to one side. My camera won't go any higher. It's not zoomed in at all. This is the highest my camera will go. So it gets the action, most of it, right here. Here, yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna have fun cleaning my new glue mat off. Oh, I forgot one thing. How silly of me. I gotta put this little flower thingy, if you can see it. Can you see it? Is it focusing? On this butterfly. How could I forget that? You're so teeny. There. Oop. No, you don't. It's wanting to scooch all over the place. Stay put. My fingers are so sticky with all the glue and oh my goodness. This is the stickiest my fingers have been in quite a while. That's okay. At least I know that's not coming up anytime soon. Okay, so there is my finished scrapbook entry. And we'll move everything off to the side now. So there it is, with Temu background papers, some die cuts, some National Geographic clippings, and then the edged inked with brushed corduroy Tim Holtz Distress Oxide using Mod Podge and glue sticks and various other tools. So yeah, I'm happy with it. It's a good first entry into this sketchbook. It's just a basic black sketchbook, again, like I said. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for watching. For those of you who stuck it through to the end, much appreciated. And if you like what you see, please give a like and subscribe. If not, that's totally okay too. And I will see everybody in the next video. Bye.